Yo, what's up guys? So, when's the last time you saw someone play Agents? Well, probably in some World Chalice variant, but with this 2-card combo that is Venus plus the Rescue Ferret, what you're going to be able to do is pretty much negate every single thing that your opponent does, which you guys will see very soon here. But anyways, it's another one of those decks where it just makes one of those boards where it's like, I auto win. If you combine this even with something like the Cyber Sign, you're looking at a very consistent way to just absolutely destroy your opponent. But anyways, we're going to have multiple negations. We've got the Herald of Green and Orange Light, courtesy of course, the little alien guy over here, EB. But at this point, it's pretty much game over for most decks, because we're going to go ahead and make a board, once again, that'll be too strong. And on top of that, you get an FA Dawn Dragster over here. So you got to do that piercing damage. But anyways, at this point, well, you will see very soon, he's just going to go ahead and Needle Fiber, go ahead and make a Riser Dragon. We're going to go ahead and make a Savage Dragon. I know that this wasn't a full deck. I'll show you guys actual duels with this in a second here. But look at this. This is just ridiculous. We've got 4 Boreal counters on this card. That's already insane. Plus we have the additional of Super Poly, so by all means you can make a lot more things with this deck as well. Obviously you'd have to mix up the extra deck, but you have Savage Dragon, which is going to go ahead and have 4 counters, and remember that you can remove 1 counter to negate anything, a card or effect. You got another Savage Dragon that has 1 counter on it. You have, of course, your Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon to negate monster effects. You have the Dawn Dragster, which can activate its effects multiple times. It does technically reduce the level of this card by 2, so you can theoretically activate this effect. Obviously, it's not all one turn, but you have so many cards that it's okay. You can, activate different ones. But with this card's effect, you can reduce its level up to 3 different times to negate 3 different effects. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. And then, oh, wait, hold on. Don't worry about the hand traps, because we'll negate another monster effect. And then on top of that, we have Herald of Green Light, and we have Super Poly to stop what else ever that my opponent would happen to attempt to make. And we've got a bunch of monsters with decent amount of attack. And that's just with 2 cards. Let's go ahead and see this in action in an actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. We actually got several replays over here, courtesy of Spaghetti Rolls, aka the Floppy Magic Card. Shout out to you, man, for thinking about building another one of those decks that has a lot of potential to just turn 1 automatically win. And I know that hand traps could ruin certain combos, and that's just like every deck, but you could just run Called. That's kind of what a lot of people do. Anyways, I'm going to make a Surge over here. Go ahead and summon that Rescue Ferret. You could actually bring out this card multiple ways, and I think that Yugioh might be looking pretty spicy on that next ban list. You guys can let me know what you think about it down below. But I have not seen anyone make a fairy deck that negates harder than like this. And you know what's funny? It's not even counter fairies, because good luck trying to play like those types of decks. And we could make multiple different boards here. I just wanted to showcase off a few different plays over here to show you guys what you can make. And it doesn't really matter what your opponent is playing for the most part, because, well, they're just waiting for the demise at this point. Look at all of these negates, dude. You know how unfair that is? Like, welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh, man. The guy's like, dude, I don't want any more, dude. But we do also have the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We've got negate 2, up to 2 spells, or of course we have negate monster effect. Now, obviously with Ebe, and go ahead and be able to add some more cards. I think that this is legitimately just, there's too many decks that do this thing, like the Dangers. I mean, look what this guy's playing. I mean, so many decks are just revolved around this, and I really just feel like every time I cover one of these new ways to do this, it ends up being kind of the same thing, and essentially just, like, this card is too good, dude. But the real question that I want to bring to you guys, is this card part of the problem? Because I see so many of these Danger builds that will go multiple copies of Yugioh. Heck, even 1 is insane. What other card in the game will let you just draw 4 cards? I mean, yeah, obviously we'll have to reset some of them, but that's okay. Because you're going to be able to cycle through the cards that you need to pull off these combos that are absolutely insane. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and see in the cloak. So I'm going for that Needle Fiber. And then obviously this card is kind of nice as well. Because during either player's turn, target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effect until the end of the turn anyways. And it's got enough attack to keep itself up on the board. We have the Dawn Dragster. I think that that's kind of interesting that it is kind of a generic card anyways. He's going to go ahead and go right in Needle Fiber, shooting Riser. He's going to go ahead and go for the Danger. Gonna go for that Savage Dragon. Keep in mind, this card also negates a card. It doesn't destroy it, but it negates the effects anyways. And again, we got those hand traps too. So, wow, dude, this is pretty dang nasty. And his opponent's just gonna be like, dude, I don't even want to play. But again, we're making different boards here and there. But ideally, like, you just really need 2 cards to pull off. 2-card insane board. Obviously, if you're playing agents, there's actually a few different ways that you can actually make a use of course, Venus here. I've seen people, there was a OCG build that was playing Christia, and I think that if you really want to even take it one step further in this deck, it's so easy to special summon Christia in this. It's literally just Venus right into those Shine Balls, go for the Christia. And then obviously you have to watch the count of the fairies, but just don't activate your hand traps and you just summon it. And I feel like you can make this deck even better, and this is only a 2-card combo to really pull off these things. And if you draw some of the cards that you like don't normally want to draw, like Shine Ball, in this deck it's not that bad. You know, for example, like any of the variants with like Hero Kid or like even Reborn Tank, this guy just said, yo, I'm out, man. But I mean, that's just kind of how Yu-Gi-Oh is. You're just gonna like just say GG. But you have Magical Mallet and you also have Reload. But what I do like with Venus versus the rest of these cards where you just don't want to draw into them is at least with this one you can special summon it from your hand. You still have to pay the life points. It doesn't really matter. But it's not like the end of the world. But pretty much it's a consistent combo, and especially with the Emergency Rescue over here, which your life points will be lower. So there's actually other synergy that I needed to mention, obviously, with this card. It's really easy. Just reveal 3 of them, choose 1 of them, put them back. It doesn't matter that you can only activate 1 per turn because you only need 1 to basically win the game. The other card that you draw with this, and let's say you already activate the effect of the Ferret, you can instantly just Yugioh it because it's kind of a worthless card at that point because, yeah, you pretty much just need the effect once and you'll be good to go. But I'll also give you guys the deck profile in case any of you guys want to actually try it. This guy trying to play Dino Miss in 2019, dude. How many negates you got in your deck? All right, you got 2 cards potentially, and you'd have to open up really good to negate twice, dude. This deck, we're talking like easily 5. I would say easily 5 negates. Okay, I mean we have 1, 2, 3, and then this will go into 4 real quick, and then we have 5, and your opponent only has 6 cards, alright? So at this point, I mean, I know this one has 4 counters, but you can't activate all of their effects in 1 turn, okay? So at this point, that's another negation. So you're looking at negate 5. 2 cards to negate 5 of what your opponent would do, and then you have a bunch of beefy monsters. I don't think you're going to be able to really do anything at this point. It's pretty much just a GG. We also see the Refusion over there. Gonna go ahead and bring back our Gem Knight card, getting us an additional summon that we totally don't need. This is the one game that someone actually stuck through and stayed in the game. I mean, this is just part of the problem. I know I keep on mentioning it, but like over the past months, dude, I've just really felt like this game has just gotten too crazy, out of control with the boards that you're making. With 2 cards to negate 5. Shoot, man, that is insane. And even if they were to use a hand trap, you can hand trap their hand trap with Herald of Orange Light, right? So you can counter their stuff. You can also play Called. But in case any of you guys do want the deck profile, courtesy of Floppy Magikarp, here is indeed the deck profile. You know what I was thinking, because as soon as I saw this, I'm like, I didn't even see Potted Dichotomy. I think Called would be an excellent card to just go ahead and throw in this deck, because this deck is a deck where if you do not get hand trapped, you basically just win. I mean, you're making boards where your opponent just cannot play. You just have too many negations at that point. The only exception is like Winged Dragon or Raw Sphere mode. But even Christia, I thought would have been just a great card just to add in, because literally you can Venus straight into Christia. And on top of that, with this, you're able to re-add back that extra fairy card, which can, of course, be one of the hand traps. And I'm like, dude, this is getting pretty nasty. Like, I think this is broken. Like, a 2-card combo. I mean, you guys saw it from the first play. A 2-card combo to negate 5 cards. Dang, dude. Like, if you just had any other, like, 1 negation, even, like, if you throw an Ash Blossom, dude, you can negate all 6 cards that your opponent has. Like, how stupid is that? Anyways, yeah, dude. Game-breaking 2-card combo over there. But, dude, you could, like I said, throw in. You could technically, I mean, you do need to have most of these cards, but I feel like you could maybe drop some of them if you wanted to. And then from there, you have 2 extra slots, of course. It's going to be Netric Stereo. It's going to be the Lost Warrior, and then you probably beat your opponent anyways. In fact, I don't know. You guys can let me know what you would change in the deck. But let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So, of course, we got the Gemini Garnet, 3 copies of Shrine Ball. We got Crowned by the World Chalice, 3 copies of Rescue Ferret. The Agent of Creation Venus, 3 copies of Steam. Dude, this card in the OCG is still banned. We got it. Anyways, next up, Synchro Fusion. So, of course, at your Brilliant Fusion. And then we have 2 copies of Orange, 2 copies of Green. There is technically a purple one that can negate traps, but who's playing traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2019? Definitely not most people. This is like some of the solemn cards, but like, dude, too slow. Then we have 1 Recover. We have 2 copies of Ibe, which is, of course, going to get you your hand traps. So, again, you're negating 5. Like, with just 2 cards, you can negate 5 of your opponents. That's, again, I know I'm mentioning it several times, but, like, it's too good, man. It's game-breaking. Anyways, next up, we got Upstart. We got Reborn, 3 copies of Mallet, and 3 copies of the Reload for consistent hands. We got 3 copies of the Emergency Rescue, which is pretty much the main card that you really need to draw. Like, it's just 2 cards. And then we have 3 copies of Plotted Economy. We have World Legacy Inheritor, 3 copies of, like I said, Reload and Magic Mallet, basically going to be the same thing. Then we have Brilliant Fusion and Refusion. Honestly, you could probably drop this card. Like I said, these cards over here, I can easily consider these cards droppable cards. You can play Called, you can play Impermanence in case your opponent, or heck, dude, you need to start main decking Ring Dragon Raw Sphere Mode in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Like, it's not even like a joke, like, to deal with 90% of decks. But anyways, the Gemini, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, we got Savage Dragon, we got Crystal Wing Synchro, we got Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Shooting Riser, Dawn Dragster, Abe the World Chalice, which actually like a lot of these new decks just go for this card. It's because you could just go for this. Is really what it comes down to. And then we have 10 minions called Battle Mech. We've got the Celestial Double Star Shaman, 2 copies of Sarah Yugioh, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Link Spider, and Imduck. And then this is not an actual side deck. It's the cards that I actually moved over there. Because I feel like those cards could easily be dropped because it's a very turn 1 oriented deck. If you want to run like Twin Twisters, you can consider running that in case your opponent has impermanences down. I think those could also be, like I said, good options as well. But Christia, another great option. But let me know, guys, what you think of the 2-card Venus Ferret GG no re instant win, basically. Like, most decks just can't deal with Negate 5. In fact, what deck even deals with Negate 5 turn 1? Like, if you have 6 cards, how do you negate 5 cards and still, like, manage to make a board? It's impossible, like, for the most part. I really can't think of, like, unless you Wing Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode them, I think most decks would just, they fold at that point, man. But dirty 2-card combo, man, insane. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, want to see more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh combos that break the game, hit that subscribe button, you'll be notified. And if you guys got any cool replays of ridiculous stuff, I love seeing them, man. But a lot of the stuff is too OP, man. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out, everyone. Shoutouts once again to my boy, Floppy Magic Carp, setting in. But thanks for watching. Peace.